Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn Modern Day mod here today on the channel. We have episode 2 of my Japan series. Here today we're going to continue to rebuild Japan and bring back the Empire of the Rising Sun. So, if you'd like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. Here today, hopefully we can have our first foreign war and take some territory. So, hopefully we can have that here today. The JSDF, the Japanese Self-Defense Force, currently in charge. The army's in charge after a coup d'etat in the last episode. Okay, so we can now go with regional interventionalism. We eventually want to go to neo-imperialism. Eventually. Highly recommend it. And we should be able to do it soon now, actually. Nice. That's what we're focusing our political power on at the moment. Our economy is a little bit shocking, but hopefully we can rebuild it. Alright, so looking at the world map, Bill Clinton's in charge. Oh, they're actually Western outlook. The Ruskies. Oh wow, that's interesting. And everyone else is Western as well. NATO is still pretty strong along with CSTO. And the conflicts in the Middle East still haven't kicked off really just yet. So we are obviously going with alternative historical focuses, so I'm curious to see how things go out. Oh, okay, it does look like the Northern Alliance is battling it out. Yeah, if the US call us in any of these wars, I'm definitely going to help out. But overall, we start off with pretty good research and construction. It's really other stuff that we lack in. Military factories, offices, and fuel silos is what we're currently constructing. So, it's probably not a bad idea now to get a better quality rifle, because then the next one's in 2005, because we will need decent small arms. So, our army's incredibly small at the moment, as we had to deal with a civil war in the last episode, of course. But now we have enough PP, little political power, to go with neo-imperialism. So, we should be able to start justifying a war on Korea. Now, we better have to go against one of these instead. We eventually want to conquer all this. I'm just trying to see what's more optimal for us. I think going after South Korea is probably the play. Okay, we're currently improving our naval doctrine. Oh, here we go. Japanese Coast Guard fought off an identifiable ship. Okay, so we can ask China to accept the salvage. Don't make another wave. I wouldn't... Maybe we should ignore them, because we're eventually going to go to war with China. It's only a matter of time. But the longer we wait, the better. The stronger we are. We might be able to get some sort of guarantee with the US, because at the end of the day, the US is guaranteeing Japan. So if we ever have a defensive war, we will be able to call them in. However, they are guaranteeing South Korea, so that might not be a good idea. Like, the toys might get thrown out the pram if we attack them and they're still guaranteeing them. But we'll see how we go. Alright, can't really change anything else just yet. We definitely want to move away from protectionism. Because it's 61%, that's quite high. So we do want to try and shift the national consciousness as well. But the army's still firmly in charge. We've got a bunch of fresh new recruits finally have hit the ground. And it's going to be a little while before we can get some more Nice. Oh shit, one of our agents has been captured. As we can switch things to fast growth now. Oh, total start of the education. Oh, nice. I've been waiting for that event to pop up. I wasn't too sure if there was something I could have done in the last episode. I'm hemorrhaging a little bit of cash at the moment. But it looks like the economy is taking a nice upward turn in 2002. So why can't we go down this just yet, for whatever reason? Anyway, let's go down this, and not really much else we can do. Haven't got any, essentially, House of Representatives or Japan's equivalent of a Congress or anything to do either. But so far, we're doing okay. We probably couldn't get some commanders in as well. We just need that little bit of extra political power, as everything adds up to an eventual war. So if we do go to war with the North, China's guaranteeing them, or the States are guaranteeing the South. Yeah, I think we make a plan for South Korea. So it's going to take 265 days. Let's justify. And January 2003 is Invasion Day. Now, we will need to set up our drills. So, let's split up the Air Force slightly, so everyone's efficiently doing their role. We're going to set up multiple naval invasions as well. And I reckon our Navy should be able to outbeat them. But first war of the series, we're going deep into South Korea. We're going to have to keep an eye on the DMZ, because looking at the peninsula, you would imagine the south of the island is very susceptible to Japanese invasion, while the north, if we sort of land on the DMZ, there's probably a bunch of fort walls and stuff up there, but there's only a limited amount of points. So let's set one invasion point there from Kyushu, and let's set the secondary one here as well. Now, I do believe you do get a slight disadvantage of letting them know where you're going to land, so they will have some units probably stopping us. But if we can do enough naval invasions, it should confuse them as to where we're exactly landing. We could even do a third or a fourth. But if we make the plans and preparations now for the naval invasion and amphibious attack, we're going to be able to instantly do it once we declare war upon them. We're also going to be able to get a better quality homemade Japanese rifle as well. And let's bring that in. The Hawa. Looks kind of cool. I don't really know much about Japanese rifles. Okay, so let's go with a mixed economy. And we eventually want to get it up to export as well. And we're nearly out of our construction, which is brilliant. We'll switch back over to military, because at the moment we probably need to increase our fuel silo capacity. We're going to be able to bring in a crazy amount of oil from the Middle East if we want. But to be fair, the Ruskies are really quite close to us in the north, so we can even rely on them if we're going away from NATO, going on our own path. I haven't decided what I want to do as a faction. If I can, we will. If we can make sort of a similar thing to the Australian campaign where I formed the Southeast Asian Defence Force, that'd be kind of cool. Like a Japan first thing. I don't know. It is a little bit hard to form factions in the Millennium Dawn mod. It's just like a little bit of luck sometimes. But anyway, the battle for Korea hopefully will begin soon. Okay, perfect. Now we're finally at globalized trade economy. So we're going to have to keep an eye on our trade resources. However, we've got a bunch of civilian factories, so we're actually in one of the best places to go full globalized trade like this early on. Now, for now, we're getting most of our resources from China. You are better off to try and get them as closer to your lands as possible. But obviously if we go after the north, it's going to, well, definitely complicate things. Yeah, so the US never even asked us to help on in, which I would have liked to do. Okay, so some sort of defense force legislation got pushed through. I don't know what that actually entails. And now I just want to have minor buffs to infantry units once they get activated. What? Oh, okay. So it actually spawned a unit in Tokyo. That was kind of cool. Well, let's move it down there. Now, we're currently a volunteer force. We could go with partial draft, but I don't think we actually need to. Because we've got 3 million manpower. You only need about 1 million in Millennium Dawn. Like, it's nearly too much. So, I think what we'll do is we'll ban the women from enlisting, and that will give us a construction benefit, and also help the population as well. Oh god, China is demanding the islands here. We're going to decline that because that might give us a justification against them. It's nearly about to be done, isn't it? They still got their bases there. And they still seem to be guaranteeing them. Oh, we could be at war with the US. That's a risk I'm willing to take. But it's done. I think we're ready to go. Let's declare war upon South Korea, Japan, and Korea are once again firmly at war. Oh, shit. Here we go. Now, it's quite a densely packed country, so this is going to be a difficult one. Hopefully, we can be successful here today, or we're going to be set back in the campaign. This is sort of a flashpoint. If we can't be incredibly successful quickly, we might have a hard time. So we've got 3 naval invasions going. Okay, so we've managed to take this small island just south of Korea. Just want to slow things down as the rest go in, so we'll try and rapidly gain territory there. We do have air supremacy over the top, and we will have naval, but it does look like instantly our amphibious attack has found some resistance on the west coast, but hang on, we've managed to get a beachhead here on the east coast, so let's rapidly send the rest of the freshly recruited Japanese army on in. And things are really hotting up. There's been a flyby there, but no ships or planes have taken casualties, but we're currently fighting on the peninsula itself, and they're trying to throw us back. It does look like the Koreans have managed to scramble some jets and get back air supremacy at least tied. But here we go. Make sure the battle plans are drawn. We've got the fuel. Maybe we need to switch to strike force and start hitting their ports, hitting anything that comes near us, because they will have a sizable navy. Because both Korea and Japan... Oh, we actually managed to make our way on in. Nice. Well, how about we might try and go for Seoul? Okay, nice. Dude, Seoul is so close to the DMC. Holy shit. But yeah, anyway, Japan and Korea are constantly dealing with, like, unidentified North Korean ships and shit. So we're probably used to fighting in these seas to some extent. It's actually kind of crazy. The Korean Navy. Like, how quite often they're in some sort of semi-active service. Okay, so we've managed to take some tiles here. We've lost 7k to there too, which is significant. But we've been cut off here trying to take their capital. But we were struggling in the south more, but we've managed to cross on over. Our army's in, but we do have low supply. We are slowly but surely taking territory. They're about 30% of capitulation. Oh, we've lost the port there, which is... Shit, I might have accidentally stuffed up here. Oh, I threw in the north. We are pushing down here in the south. The more territory we can get, the better. Particularly ports. But they do seem to be holding our rapid advance at the moment. Come on. No. I want to try and connect the entire south if we can. Shit. I might try and redraw this. Fuck, hang on. Right, let's redo this. Because we're in a really good situation, but I could fuck this up if we're not careful. So let's redraw this. Dude, they're just so densely packed. That's the thing about attacking countries like Japan and Korea and Indonesia and stuff. They're so densely packed. And once units bed in and get in, it's very hard for them to move out. And now those amphibious attacks have been stopped, we probably can move away from this. Oh god. Unfortunately, the Korean Navy is going to town here on some of my convoys. They've managed to sink an abundance of them. We also can get a better quality rifle now as well. It's probably better to get that in. And let's set that there now and put it all on rapid, aggressively, advance. Nice. We've got air supremacy over the top firmly. We are winning here and there, but we are losing. Luckily, we've got 3 million manpower, so we really can keep some. Oh, we've got a lot to expend, so it's about 7k. Ah, they're gonna retake that eastern push, the western push we had. Now we're mostly in the east. Damn, the stock market is booming. Well, that's nice. At least the economy's going good. Yeah. So it's a little bit of RNG with the economy. Dude, Japan can be quite a hard campaign. Like, you can hit with fucking typhoons, fucking earthquakes. We haven't even had any of the nuclear explosions yet. And the economy ain't the best. But once we start conquering and taking territory, we shouldn't need to worry about our own military factories again. Dude, they are really targeting my convoys. I guess there's convoy raiding. We're on strike force, so we should be able to try and hit anything. So, even though we've given up... Yeah, unfortunately our units just got crushed there. Oh, it's ballooned to 19k. The US has declared war upon Iraq. Interesting. We're focusing on the peninsula firstly. We're not going to have time to help them out in Iraq. But now, essentially, we've divided South Korea in half by east by west. We are pushing in some areas, but we're losing in others. We do have air supremacy over the top. Hopefully our navy starts really crushing theirs. 22k to 11, so we have lost more. We have made a really nice push here in the south, though. But this is really, really close. More Japanese convoys have been sunk. Just got to be careful there if they push from that island in the south. I didn't even know that island existed off South Korea. As if they own that. It looks sick. Another one of my agents has been captured, unfortunately. We do seem to be flanking incredibly well now, though. And now we're tied for casualties. 50k losses in the Japanese-Korean War again. Still got air supremacy over the top. We're currently about to run out of fuel, which is kind of shit. So we will need to import some. We're officially out of fuel, so who can we get them from? We can get a bunch from the Saudis. The only problem is, if we do get some from like Russia, they're probably going to sink them, because they've already been sinking a shit ton. We had a max fuel capacity of 2 million. It's just the time of it getting here. Okay, so you want to get to a point where you're importing more than what you're consuming. But you don't want to waste the civilian factories if you can avoid it. But now we're in an active hot war. We definitely need the fuel to fund our naval supremacy and air. We also are investing in our naval, air, and army doctrines. But instantly there, another 17 convoys have been crushed. We still seem to be advancing slowly but surely. Oh, now it's ballooned to 47k. Oh, nice. So we're really crushing some units. It's been another earthquake back on the home island, unfortunately. Dude, it might be beneficial for us to take foreign territory just to get away from these fucking earthquakes. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh, it looks like the US was successful and they've pocketed Iraq. Interesting. But dude, this Korean war is crazy. Oh no, we're surrounding them there. Oh dude, we're about to crush a bunch of units. Nice. Even though we lost 42k. Yeah, I don't know how you could do this with losing less. This could be like our highest losses of the future wars to come. Like, legitimately. Like, I reckon North Korea will be able to put up much of a defense. Okay, so mostly Western outlook, and it looks like they've been brought into NATO. So the US is doing its Middle Eastern nation building as always, and we're going with battalion support as well. Yeah, it's just this little island to the south. Oh nice, we took it. Just the last final stretch here, 43k. Okay, so now it's nearly doubled. We're in a bit of a roll. Dude, it looked like our progression was stagnating a little bit. Oh, now fuel's gone down. Are they targeting? Oh, God. I think the oil tankers that we're using on those convoys are struggling to get here. So we're going to have to negotiate with the Ruskies to get some oil. Because they're quite close to us. Because, like, Vladivostok is, like, super near to us. They should be able to send stuff from there. Because I think it's just that long stretch around. Yeah, like we're trying to get like 100 convoys of Saudi oil, but it just keeps on getting sunk. You got to give it to the South Koreans. They're making us work for this one. Air supremacy, naval supremacy. Our army is what's really struggling. But hopefully with the combined military-industrial complex power of South Korea and Japan, we should be able to dominate the rest of the countries in our vicinity. Another bunch of them sunk. Our fuel has gone down again. Canada, maybe coming from the east coast of Japan. Like, hang on. We don't need to be constructing more rifles and shit. And vehicles and aircraft. We just need the oil to get this final push into Seoul. Okay. So 2 million. What's that? What is that? Barrels? Liters? I guess it's barrels. Nice. They've capitulated. We need to increase that to about like 8 or 6. But anyway, South Korea has capitulated. So we could puppet them. But because they're so close to us, I want to bring the peninsula under our direct control. Nice. And now we can really stop importing that oil. We need to repair. And we'll increase our silo capacity and maybe even some of our biofuel production as well. So we don't have to rely on foreign oil here and there. Well, unfortunately, guys, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 2. Man, we had the successful, hard-fought battle for South Korea here today. Stay tuned for episode 3, coming out at the exact same time tomorrow, where I guess we make plans and preparations to go against the North. We seem to have a bunch of divisions. I would imagine they're not well trained. They might be slightly well equipped. They've probably got more missiles and vehicles rather than battle-hardened soldiers. But also, we've got to be careful because China's guaranteeing them as well. Or maybe we're better off to maybe naval invade the Philippines or Vietnam or Thailand. I don't know. Haven't really decided just yet. Let me know in the comments. But thanks for watching. Like and sub if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more Hearts of Iron 4 Japanese campaign on the channel. Thoroughly enjoying this one. This is going to be a long series. So anyway, stay tuned for more videos on the channel.